Just a warning before this video starts, I have a cold currently, so if my voice sounds weird, that's the reason why. Also, if I sound all over the place for this video, it's because I did unscripted, like I do most of my discussion videos. Hello everyone, I'm Subberific, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're talking about Sonic. Yes, I just not only completed, but also 100%ed Sonic Frontiers. And at the time I'm recording this video is November 15th, so the game literally released last week, and 1 week later I already 100%ed and finished the main story. I did not expect that, to be honest. But here we are. Anyway, now I can't remember where I made the statement, whether I said it was in a video or a live stream, but I remember deciding if I was going to make a series on Sonic Frontiers, and I actually wanted to get my first impressions, at least, if not a series, at least a video of my first impression of the game. But because of circumstances, recently I had a family friend come over. They're living with us now. She recently just had 2 kids, and we're helping her till she leaves, and she's not leaving until like January, so yeah, now I have to split my attention elsewhere and, help out, of course. The quietness that I want to record videos ain't always going to be there. I'm lucky enough to even be recording this voiceover. It's not even only that. I like to record in a nice quiet space by myself. I don't like anybody near me while I'm doing recordings, and I had noise coming from upstairs. People doing laundry, the heat was going, had my brother downstairs playing Overwatch, and speaking of which, he's been on his Xbox consistently. I haven't seen him on Xbox this consistently in years, and it's because he recently got into Overwatch, which I'm kind of worried for him because that game is But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The thing is, I wasn't in the right circumstances I wanted to record a video, and because the new game that I've been waiting for 5 years now, the excitement was there, and it was just sitting on my Xbox like, nah, I can't do this, bro, I gotta play it. So that's exactly what I did. I recorded my first time actually playing the game with no commentary, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna upload that because people are not gonna want to see that. And yeah, once I played the game, I really got into it. But before I talk about Sonic Frontiers, not only am I gonna talk about Sonic Frontiers in this video, I'm also gonna talk about, a little of my history with Sonic. I think that'd be fun to get into before getting into all that, because I just love this series, this character, everything about it. Shout out to Sega and Sonic Team for delivering us a great game, a huge step up from Sonic Forces, which I'll get to that in a little bit. But anyway, I want to first talk about how did I get into Sonic. Well, it was when I was young. I can't remember the exact year or the exact game. It's either one of the games. I believe my first Sonic game was Sonic Rush for the Nintendo DS. I remember playing that game almost all the time. I remember usually playing that game at church because usually there were some other kids there that had DSs, and one of them was really good at Sonic Rush, and we go back and forth talking about love for the game and trying to beat levels and stuff like that. It was a whole thing. I think that was my first game introduced to Sonic. I just loved the concept, loved the character, all of it. Thing is, I was a Nintendo boy at the time, so Mario was for me. Sonic was just a little character I knew. I was like, oh, that's cool. I wasn't like actively going out looking for Sonic games to play, but whenever I saw a Sonic game that I was interested in and I wanted, I would go for it. Moving on from Rush, I remember playing the original Sonic the Hedgehog 2 with my grandma on the Nintendo Wii's virtual console. We played that together sometimes. It was nice. And then here comes the 2010s, where I found one of my favorite games to this day too, Sonic Colors. I don't understand how, but I have both versions of the game, one for the DS and one for the Wii. I'm not sure if I asked for both of them or did I get them in a present somehow. I can't remember how I got both versions, but I'm not complaining. I played both of them, I completed their stories, and I really had my fun with the Wii one. I preferred that one over the DS, even though I really love the DS one too. But the Wii one, that one brings back memories, bro. Like, I spent hours on that game. I'm pretty sure there's a way for you to check your playtime on certain games on the Wii, but I'm not about to go up to my attic, search through all those boxes just to figure out how much hours I spent playing that game. All you need to know is I spent a lot of time on that game until I moved on to other games like Donkey Kong Country, Mario, and all that. But yeah, it was after Sonic Colors where I kind of just dwindled away from Sonic for the time because I was getting to other games and, growing up, adding new things. Sonic, when I was growing up, when I drifted away from him, he was always there. I was like, oh, I remember Sonic, I like him, and that was it. I remember seeing game trailers for stuff like Sonic Lost World and seeing him be introduced into Smash Bros. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But he wasn't my priority at the time, I'm telling you. At the time, I was a Nintendo boy. But really in the 2010s, when I got out my Mario phase, I got into my Minecraft phase, and yeah, no other game could touch Minecraft at the time, and I was into that. And once I was fully into Minecraft, there was no turning back, bro. I already had Sonic on the back burner, and once I found Minecraft, yeah, he was not to be thought about. Anyway, some years passed by, and I remember, it was 2019. I was looking through the store because I had some money and I wanted to buy a new game but I didn't know where. I was just searching the Xbox store aimlessly and I stumbled upon a game called Sonic Forces. Now, I haven't played a Sonic game in who knows how long at the time, but my thought process was, I remember playing Sonic Colors and having a good time. Maybe I'll try this game and see if, I still like Sonic. And once I got the game, I beat the game in like a few hours, bro. Like, I bought it in the afternoon time and finished it sometime at night. It was a pretty short game, which sucked, but I had my fun with it. Like, I loved the game. Like, I loved it so much that it actually got me back into Sonic and consuming Sonic media, which is a surprise because if you go online and search about people's opinions about Sonic Forces, you know how much everybody hates the game. And after completing the story of Sonic Forces like 2 or 3 times and replaying multiple stages and, getting a feel for the game, Looking back, yeah, I can see the problems. I can see how people had a problem with it, whether it be story-wise or gameplay-wise. I see the problems, but I'm not going to negate the fact that I still had fun with it, and I still consider one of my favorite Sonics because it actually got me back into the series and showed me why I loved it, even though the writing was terribly bad and the gameplay was especially classic Sonic, bro. Oh my gosh, that thing controls like a tank. But anyway, also a new Sonic game that dropped on the same year was Sonic Mania, and I like the game. Thing is, I prefer 3D Sonic over classic Sonic. I like the boost formula, so I didn't complete it, but from what I played from it, I had fun. After that, I was watching other people's playthrough of the game. I was seeing what other people thought about it, and it was at this time where I was actually, getting back into the Sonic space, seeing what people thought about games, catching up with Sonic news, seeing what Sega had in store for the Blue Blur, and later on in 2019, they released Team Sonic Racing. Now, I can't remember exactly when I got that game, but I remember it was like a little after its launch. I can't remember if it was like a week after its launch or like a month after its launch. I played it for a little bit, I'm like, okay, this is cool. I mean, I still prefer Mario Kart, but this is a cool game. And yeah, you guys know how the support for that game was just dead. I remember they made a few animated shorts for it. People were getting hyped for the game, they dropped it. Gave it like a month or so, and like the online is just dead. At least it was for Xbox. I don't know how it was on PlayStation and Switch. I remember when I was looking for group posts on Xbox, which that's a way where you can play with randoms. There was only like one, and it was consistently the same guy. And he had this little group of his friends that would always go and play Team Sonic Racing. I was looking to get in and try an online game before everybody just stopped playing the game. But yeah, if you're gonna play Team Sonic Racing for online, don't do it because it's not gonna happen. At least at the time I'm recording this video, nobody's playing it. Maybe sometime in the future we'll have a resurgence of players and maybe they'll actually pick up the game again, but I highly doubt it. But yeah, after what's considered a failure of a mainline release from the internet and also a dead spin-off game, it wasn't looking too good for Sonic. Like, Sonic fans were in a drought for like years, bro. But then, something came up. I'm pretty sure it was at the Game Awards they announced this. It was something from Sonic Team, a new trailer for the next Sonic game. And at the time when I saw it, I was blown away. I'm like, okay, finally back into Sonic, following the news and stuff like that. And this is the first game I'm getting introduced to or just seeing for the first time. Okay, let's see what it's like. And I was blown away because I did not expect this. I expected another game similar to Forces where you're just going through a whole bunch of levels to complete a story and whatnot. But no, they went a completely different direction and made a Sonic open world game. Now I like open world games, and the fact they're adding Sonic to it, I was curious to see how they were going to pull it off. After that trailer, we were just waiting for news and stuff like that. People were talking about leaks and all that, but I tried my best to stay away because I wanted to go into the game raw. I wanted my full raw reaction, bro. Like, I remember as time went on, Sega was dropping more trailers, people got early access to gameplay, and they were posting their opinions about it online. I did hear a few things, people were talking about it was a bad first impression, whatnot. Even so, I didn't let those opinions sway me. I still wanted to, have hope for the game, going blind, no matter what I was hearing, bro. I had hope that they were going to do good and deliver. So eventually, the time came, Tuesday, November 8th. I stayed up till midnight for this release, and honestly can't remember the last time I stayed up for a game's release at midnight, but I did for this game. 12 o'clock hit, I checked the stores, nothing. I checked my internet, it was connected. Checked the store, nothing, still coming soon. Restart my Xbox multiple times, nothing. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I waited a whole hour, and after an hour, okay, there it is. I bought the game, and I played it later because I was too tired to play at the time. But later on in the day, I opened it up and was blown away. The title screen alone, the amount of options we had for the game, Sonic's new deep voice, the look of the game and the animations, and the gameplay. Now, the gameplay was a bit jarring with Sonic's new moveset. I was thrown away by how they switched the homing attack from the A button to the X button, and how they switched his boost from the X button to the right trigger. That was a bit jarring, but once I got used to it, it was smooth sailing from there. Like, I love this game, bro. Like, the look of it, the story, especially the story, and this writing and the character interaction, bro. I heard they got a writer from the person who writes Sonic's, what's it called, the IDW comics. So he has a pretty good grasp on the characters, and the fact that he was directing the game, or I don't know if he's directing the game, but I know he's writing the game. So he had control of the story and the character dialogue, and yeah, once I heard that, I was like, okay, we're in good hands. And after playing the game for like 2 days straight, I completed it. The game took me 17 hours to complete story-wise, and almost 25 hours to 100% it. Like, I was really 2 more hours away from getting 25 hours. Like, I was just blown away at how amazing it was. Like, I was not expecting this. I'm glad I came to this game blind. It's an amazing game. It's not perfect, but it's amazing. It's a step up from the last games, and it's like y'all did your thing with this. I love the controls, the amount of accessibility we have with Sonic, the story, the characters, the character dialogue, the character interactions, the animations, the look of the game, how everything operates, the minigames we can do, how fun it is, cyberspace, all of that, bro. Like, Sega, you did your thing with this game, and I commend you. Honestly, I can say that things are looking bright for Sonic's future. He has all this stuff coming out, people are talking about him again, got a lot of eyes on him, and Sonic Team did say they were going to build off this game, if you guys saw the ending, and I'm hoping, praying that Sega can continue with this quality. It would be such a shame to, after playing a good game such as this, and then stepping down to like another game like Forces again. Oh my gosh, that'll be ooh. But anyway, I think Sega, and well, I just keep saying Sega. it's Sonic Team that produced the game. Sega just published it. But yeah, I think Sonic Team has everybody's trust for now, but it's for them with their next move to decide if we're gonna be rocking with them or lose their trust again. But I'm hoping and praying for the best that these guys, they get their stuff together, they lock in and prepare us for a great future for Sonic, because I'm happy that Sonic is thriving. Man, I love this character and I love this series, and I'm hoping they can continue bringing us great games, great media, and everything. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed my discussion, and yeah, to Sonic's future. Anyway, I'm Soporific, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.